I know what you're thinking. Well, is that really the important part of the whole speaking? Because yes, we can always practice. But you know what? I wish I could tell you there is this magic thing that you can do to become a better speaker. But really, the whole idea of all of this is that you need to practice almost every single day and show up and do the work to become a better speaker. That's why practicing is such an important step. So when you practice, you don't have to write everything out. You don't have to have a full written speech or a presentation, but you need to have a very good points as to what are the beginning, what is the middle, what is the goal, what is the main points I'm trying to make, and what is the conclusion, what do you want people to take away from your speech. And plus, you don't have to be in front of an audience to practice and become better at speaking. You can do at home by yourself, just record yourself on the phone and watch yourself how you're doing in terms of body language, your voice, or how you're presenting your main points. So for me, for example, I like to practice my speeches in the most casual way. For example, when I fold my laundry, I would just have my speech in front of me and I would just practice. And I know there's an advice of speaking in front of a mirror. I personally find it a little bit distracting because when I speak, I look at myself constantly and I would just judge myself every second, like, hey, what was that hand gesture? Or what's that facial expression? That looks kind of silly. But the really thing is that when we speak in front of audience, we don't speak to ourselves, we speak to an audience. So it's not really helpful to look at myself in the mirror every time I try to practice my speech. But everybody has a different way of practicing, so whatever works for you is the best way. With the practicing, we cannot ignore the fact that it is incredibly awkward to hear ourselves talk. And I don't know about you, but when I started speaking, when I hear my recording, I would just cringe. Just every second feels like, oh my God. But it is just something that we have to get over and get better at. So over time, when I hear myself speak more and learn that I'm making a progress, it actually gotten better. Number 3, track and reflect.